how I want to make your life better with environmental progress. So, our environmental laws were written a long time ago. We've had them for about 50 years now. That's long enough to look at what is working and what is not working. Back when we wrote those laws, we didn't really know much about climate change, and the people writing them certainly didn't know much or care much. And that means that now we have environmental regulations stopping projects that we know that we need if we want to have our modern way of life without broiling our atmosphere. We need to rewrite our environmental laws so that projects that can be shown to reduce overall carbon emissions go through. There are energy companies that would cut checks today to build the transmission lines we need to get all the renewable energy that's available to us. And we should care about that, because once we really get that renewable energy growth engine going, we have a very real shot at getting back the kind of consistent energy growth that made American workers the wealthiest in the world back in the 1900s. When fossil fuel growth stalled out in the 1970s, it broke the whole economy. All of a sudden, our industrial growth model that relied on there being more oil every year than the previous year stopped working. And what did we do? Did we transition to alternative, cleaner, more plentiful energy sources? No, we didn't do that. Instead, we decided to rip the copper wiring out of the walls of the middle class. Even temporarily stopping growth for the people at the top wasn't acceptable, so instead they decided to wring more and more out of the rest of us. Worker productivity, efficiency, we're more productive, so now the value of our work can be more efficiently extracted to us and funneled to the upper class. No more. We, the American workers, will not suffer under infinite demands just so we can stay shackled to a limited energy source that will make it too hot for modern agriculture to work within my lifetime. Also, greedy financiers who should have known better can squeeze $13 trillion of old dead gunk through $2 trillion worth of infrastructure. We're the ones who would be paying that $13 trillion. I'm just saying it would be cheaper to switch to renewables than to buy all that oil from them. All the fossil fuels in the crust of this country are only equivalent to 5.5 hours of sunlight hitting the ground in this country. The free fusion reactor over our heads is actually that good. So send me to Washington, Denver. I'm a guy who environmentalists can trust not to sell out our planet because it's my whole thing, and I'm a guy who people who work for heavy industry can trust to keep their interests in mind because I've worked with them. Check the link in the description if you'd like to know more about the campaign. And if you're feeling generous, you can shoot us a donation for the staff and campaign materials that we'll need to take on literally the most powerful industry on the planet. They'd never give me their dirty money, and I don't want it, so you guys are the only thing that's going to make this possible. Because at the end of the day, I'm running because where we are, living in an atmosphere an ice age and a half above normal atmospheric carbon, nobody in my generation has a future on this planet. And friends, it's time to take the future back.